Jair Bolsonaro going to jail for 27 years. Let's go. I don't know. I guess this is what happens when you live in an actual country and not the U.S., who jails people for if they decide to foment some coups. So, great, fantastic, very, very good. But yeah, former president Jair Bolsonaro sentenced to more than 27 years in prison for plotting a coup. So for those who don't know, 2022 election, Jair Bolsonaro loses, was constantly signaling that it's like, we're going to do our own Jan 6, we're going to do our own Jan 6, we're going to do it, guys. It's going to be the day of the rope. We're going to go after people. They tried to do it. Like, it was, we've seen the image, right? About like all the dudes with their Brazilian flags gathered in front of the Supreme Court building because they wanted to go after a particular Supreme Court judge, and also Lula da Silva. I think it's a day in Moreo or something. I forget the name. I'm really bad with names. So I don't 100% remember the name of the Supreme Court judge. But they wanted to go after him, Lula, to basically do the coup, right? To do the, I don't know, basically like a military dictatorship. I mean, Jair Bolsonaro's talked fondly about, having a military dictatorship back in Brazil. So there would be something like that. So yeah, he got convicted of plotting to remain in power. I know as a result of this, Trump was, I'm not very happy about this, folks. I'm very upset, so I'm going to try to respond in this because it's all communist left judges, even though everyone basically agrees unanimously that the verdict is correct. So it's just like, okay, whatever, bro. Panel of Brazilian Supreme Court justices sentenced former President Jair Bolsonaro to 27 years and 3 months in prison Thursday after convicting him of attempting a coup to remain in office despite his 2022 electoral defeat. And this is not the first time they've done stuff like this before. There's a Brazilian Supreme Court that was, sentenced people to jail for a lot of corrupt dealings that they've had. Like, it's not... Oh, what they actually say. It's very funny. So far, a politician who governed Brazil between 2019 and 2022 was found guilty in 5 counts by 4 members of a 5-justice panel. Woof! 4-1. The latest to rule were Carmen Lucia Cristiano Zanin on Thursday, a day after another justice, Luis Fuchs? I'm going to say Luis Fuchs, because it's funny. Disagreed and voted to acquit the ex-president of all charges. Oh, I'm sure. Bolsonaro is currently under house arrest. His lawyers said that they will appeal the verdict to the full Supreme Court of 11 judges. I mean, if it was a 4-1 based off of this 5 panel, I don't know. I mean, we know that, De Moreo is going to be part of that. He's definitely going to vote to convict his ass, considering the fact that Jair Bolsonaro has been threatening his life. So, not exactly a good fucking look, my dude, if you want to go for the full 11 panel. Like, I don't know, take the L, dude. Like, you lost. Cope. Seethe. I can't imagine, coping and seething about this for, literally 3 years. But, I mean, it's the exact same shit Trump would have done, right? If the Supreme Court or, lower courts ruled what you're doing is illegal, he's just going to keep appealing and appealing and appealing for it to go to the Supreme Court. And then have it fail. Well, if it goes to the Supreme Court, it's probably not going to fail. It will keep failing within the lower courts. The ruling and sentence could deepen political divisions and prompt backlash from the United States government. U.S. President Donald Trump said Thursday that he was very unhappy with the conviction. Speaking to reporters as he departed the White House before the sentence was announced, he said he had always found Bolsonaro to be outstanding, very good. Well, I mean, there's a reason why he's called the Trump of the Tropics, because he just is an authoritarian, fucking weirdo just like him. That's about it. He's calling it a witch hunt. The trial was widely followed in a divided Brazil, with some people backing the process against the former president, while others still support him. Some took to the streets to back the far-right leader. The trial got renewed attention after Trump linked a 50% tariff on imported Brazilian goods to his allies' legal situation, calling it a witch hunt. Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. The basis for Brazil's 50% tariffs is just well, you're going after one of my guys who decided to suck my cock and just is basically exactly like me. So 50% tariff against you. Fuck you, you suck. And it's just why would you do that? The United States has a trade surplus with Brazil. Why would you slap a tariff on them? They're just gonna be okay, I guess we're gonna find other trade partners because go fuck yourselves. We're just not gonna buy any of your products anymore. Why would you do this? Oh, because he's a spiteful, petty well, narcissist and dipshit. So that's very, very cool. Conviction, he said on Thursday, is very bad for Brazil. Bolsonaro faced accusations he attempted to illegally hang on to power after his 2022 electoral defeat to current President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. I mean, 2022 Brazil gathering in front of Supreme Court building, because that was basically the plan that they had, right? Like, it was this. Like, there was these guys were all Bolsonaro supporters in front of the Supreme Court building, where they were just basically kind of chilling there, trying to find his name is Justice de Moraes, who I believe the Trump administration is trying to slap sanctions on, which is just obviously insane. It's like, no, you're not allowed to judge in that way. Obviously, it's bad. You can't do it. You have to do what I say. And it's just like, dog, it's not even your court, not your laws. You have no jurisdiction over that. And again, like, honestly, the only reason why this fucking sort of culture and this sort of, like, attitude is even pervasive, why it even exists, is because of, let's be honest here, because of that dumbass Merrick Garland. Like, Merrick Garland is the main reason why this is even the case. Like, let's be quite honest here. Because his, goofy, pathetic head ass decided to not prosecute Trump to the fullest extent of the law for, attempting to foment a coup against the United States government. Because that's what January 6th obviously was. It was an attempted fucking coup. The intention was always made obvious. And guess what? All those January 6ers, they got pardoned by the president earlier this year. It was like the first thing he did when he got into office. Don't forget, Bolsonaro was also terrible because he didn't do lockdowns and so many people died of COVID. Yeah, how many people died of COVID within Brazil? How many people died of COVID in Brazil? I don't know what the numbers are. I knew people in fucking Brazil, and it was not great. Ooh, 700,000 deaths in Brazil. Is that the second highest? Because the U.S. is first at over 1 million. They had 1.2 million people die. Woof. Well, this says 711,000. I guess, more people died after, obviously, because more people are probably also dying to COVID. So, but it's about 700,000 people died. I think this is the second highest number of people who died. Because Bolsonaro didn't do lockdowns. He didn't do anything. He just was just like, I'll just let the virus run through people. Who gives a fuck? Keep in mind, I think Bolsonaro himself got about COVID 3-4 times or some shit, which is obviously ridiculous to say. Okay. No, India was higher, I think, but per capita Brazil. Gotcha. Okay. U.S. were definitely the worst. Wait, how many people died in India because of COVID? I guess it makes sense that a lot more people. Well, 4.7 million deaths. It's estimated. Well, this says 500,000 deaths. Did Modi do fucking lockdowns in India, Boy Meets Mini? Did he do lockdowns and stuff? I have no idea. Bolsonaro just didn't do anything. He just let the virus run its course and just kill people. That's what he did, which is terrible, obviously. But, I mean, he is a conspiratorial freak. I mean, it checks out. Some lockdowns wasn't well regulated. Gotcha. Okay. Well, better than Bolsonaro, who just did nothing. So, prosecutors charged Bolsonaro with a total of 5 charges. They included attempting to stage a coup, being a part of an armed criminal organization, attempted violent abolition of the democratic rule of law, as well as being implicated in violence and posting a serious threat to the state's assets and listed heritage. Yeah, he literally threatened. He literally threatened one of the Supreme Court justices it told his supporters to literally go after him and Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. So that's really cool. Also, another thing with Bolsonaro, because he constantly doesn't really help himself. He's under house arrest, but he keeps going on social media through his sons to try to talk with people, and that always gets caught out immediately, and he just makes his own sentencing even worse and worse, which is so funny. It's like, Bolsonaro, if you really want to get scot-free with your appeals and try to get something out of this with your fucking appeals, stop breaking rules and orders that the judges give you. You're just making your situation worse and worse. I'm just imagining what it's like for his fucking lawyers. I mean, unless they're just complete conspiratorial freaks, which They probably are. They would have to be if they want to just like probably keep taking cases from Jair Bolsonaro and just keeps doing like complete utter fucking nonsense. Or it's just like, oh yeah, dude, we're just gonna keep like advocating for my position on social media and talking to people. It's just like, don't do that. You were ordered not to do that, yet you keep doing it. Why would you do that? I don't know. It's just it's very very fucking goofy. Lawmaker Eduardo Bolsonaro. Yeah, he has like 3 sons. All of them are in fucking politics. So I don't know, nepo babies, whatever. One of the former president's sons talked about his father Thursday on his social media platforms, but instead of mentioning his father's conviction, he pushed for his amnesty, which he is seeking through Congress. I don't think that's going to happen, dude. Not with Lula's party in power. It's time to do nothing less than what is correct. Just, he said. That's such a weird place to cut off that sentence, but okay. Despite his legal woes, Bolsonaro remains a powerful political player in Brazil. Far-right politician had previously been banned from running for office until 2030. In a separate case, he is expected to choose an heir who is likely to challenge Lula da Silva next year. The ruling may push Bolsonaro's allied lawmakers to seek some amnesty for him through Congress. Well, we'll see exactly what happens, but haha, pack watch, rip bozo, get thrown in jail, idiot for planning a fucking coup. I don't know, he's probably gonna get like sick in there again or some shit, be sent off to another hospital. Because we all know the meme of like Jair Bolsonaro constantly being in like a hospital bed for fuck's sake. He's like consistently sick. It's impressive that he still manages to like chug through all the times he's gotten sick despite the fact that he's like 70 years old. So that's pretty crazy. So yeah, hey, United States of America, you guys can probably learn from like what an actual country does to its political leaders when they decide to break the law, plan coups, and have intention of committing treason or some form of like seditious conspiracy. So yeah, you throw them in jail. Like that's what you do. And you throw the book at them. So, hey, Merrick Garland, maybe you could learn a fucking lesson from this. He's probably not going to learn any lessons from this. I don't know. Pack watch, rip bozo, get thrown in jail for, trying to plot a coup. Don't think there's really much else to say besides that.